What's up, guys? This is Roy from Team Nonstop Gaming, and this is my first episode of Legacy of the Duelist, featuring myself. We are all still basically in quarantine. Some of us have been able to go out, and I don't like the whole mask thing, so I've decided not to do interviews with that. So through my interviews of our Legacy of the Duelist, I will be doing them over the camera. So it's an interesting way to learn how to do it. So, with this episode featuring myself, let's get down to the question. When did you start playing the game, and how did you get into it? So, I started playing the game when the structure decks in the LOB pack just had recently came out. I think it was, yeah, there was no first eds at the time, so a little bit had passed. And at that point, I had barely watched the show. I knew some of it. I knew who Yugi, I knew who Kaiba, Joey, and them were, but I didn't know very much. And then a friend of mine that I knew from playing Pokemon, he was in at school and he was showing off all these new cards I had never seen before, and talked to a few people that later on became my friends. And they were talking about this game YuGiOh, and I just thought, this sounds cool. And so I was at the time getting bored of playing Pokemon, so I went home. I told my brother about it. We started watching the show more, and then one day I went out for lunch with a few friends, and we walked into this card shop, and they had a Yugi and a Kaiba structure deck. And at that point, we just thought, Kaiba, that's awesome. So we went, after that day, I went home, I told my brother, I told my mom about it. My mom took me and my brother up to the hall to go and grab it. So we came home and we opened up the structured deck. We split the deck into two halves, and Travis got half, I got the other half, and then we just played with half the decks, and half the time, or most of the time, whoever got the blue eyes won. Except for, I know one time I think he got blue eyes and like one, maybe two monsters, and I just had all the other monsters, Judge Man and everything. But yeah, that's how I got into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And back then I did not know any of the rules, so we did not do tribute summons or anything like that. I learned that stuff I think about 6 or 7 months later, because the only other person I played cards with, he didn't do tribute summons either. He just went by what the TV show said. Now, what was your favorite format, and why was it your favorite format? And then, my favorite format. Now, my favorite format would have to be, I think it was ABC format. Yeah. So I had just picked up ABC, and I got about 3-4 weeks of testing in, and I just loved the flow of the deck, and I met quite a few friends during that format, like my friend Botang and quite a few people. But we went through, and I entered one of my first regionals with that deck, and I came in late. My buddy Ray lent me money so I could enter the tournament, because originally I wasn't going to. And then, because of me being late, it was a round 1 game loss for me. But then, through the rest of the tournament, I went basically undefeated until the last two, or until the 7th round and then the 9th round. The 7th round I played against Botang, and he kicked my butt. I was not expecting Blue Eyes to be there or anything, and yeah, it completely knocked me off, got me by surprise. I was not expecting it at all. And then round 8, I played against a hero player. I 2-0'd him, and in that match we got a little mixed up. He got his cards mixed up with mine, my cards mixed up with his, and we called the judge over. We talked about versions of cards we were playing. Desires, I only had 2 of at the time, so I was only playing 2. He was also only playing 2, and we were both playing first editions, but his were Euro print. So we were able to fix that situation quite quickly. What is your current favorite deck? And why is it your favorite deck? And then my favorite deck. My favorite deck is definitely Blue Eyes. So Blue Eyes, Mermail, and Lightsworn. Those are my 3 favorite decks. Lightsworn was probably one of the decks I played most because I just enjoyed bringing out Judgment Dragon and nuking the field and going for game. I loved that with all of it. And then with Blue Eyes, I'm a huge fan of Kaiba. Basically any YouTube video that has Blue Eyes on it, I'll watch it. And then, well, Mermails, I love the heavy combo base. I love how it can go second and just destroy your opponent, or go first and rip cards out of your hand. So that's one of the big parts of why I enjoy those 3 decks. So, and then my all-time favorite deck's gotta be Mermails. It's all max rarity. I mean, Nectabis just needs to come ultimate, and Diva has to come ultimate, and then it's bling. It's bling. It's gold. What is the deck that you hate the most playing against or playing? And why is it the one you hate the most? The deck I hate the most, I'd have to say Paleozoic Frogs. I've tried playing it. I didn't find much enjoyment in the deck. It was also during ABC format where there was a lot of other combo decks that you could play and have a lot of interactions and fun with, and then there's that deck, and it just felt really stunny, Floodgate to me. That or stuff like True Draco, and which I don't want you to get mistaken for like Hope for Exodia. I love that deck. I love it. It's just fun. Winning with Exodia, that's how you do it. And then, let's see. What are your accomplishments so far in the game? My accomplishments in the game. So, as I have mentioned in a video in the past, I originally started playing in 2002, like I said in this video. I have also, and in that time, until I was about 23 years, no, I was about 27 years old when I went to my first, well, it was in 2015, and I went to my first regionals, and and all that time before that, I never got an invite. I never went to regionals. I planned to a bunch of times, but I was living at home, taking care of my brother, taking care of my mom, and was not able to go to any events. But, so in 2015, I started going to regionals and getting, well, basically my butt kicked by most people that were there that were experienced. And that's also where I met some of my newer friends. And then, so 2015 was a heavy regional year. 2016 also a very heavy regional year. Still no invite. 2017 I went to probably 3-4 regionals, and I went to one with my girlfriend, and I went there with the notion that I'm probably not going to get my invite. I'm probably just going to bubble like I usually do, because I usually go X3. And my buddy Bowie, which I will have on this channel, he also has his own channel, Gate Guardian 44. He's been putting up a lot of podcasts, so if you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, he talked to me, he helped me playtest the deck, and the following regional I went, he gave me so much advice, so much practice and everything, and I ended up getting my invite, which I was a little discouraged at the start because I went X5. Or sorry, I went XO for the first 5 rounds. And then I lost a game when I was sitting at table 1. And then I won a game, won another game, and then I lost. And at that point, I thought I was through. I thought, okay, I'm pretty sure you have to be X2 to get an invite. And yeah, or I thought I didn't have any chance at all. And it ended up they called my name at 20th. So I got my invite. I did not get a top. And also in 2018, while I was playing it was either 2018 or early 2019 at Niagara Falls YCS. I managed to day 1. I went through the day I went X2, only losing 2 mirror matches. And one mirror match, I'm not sure of the guy's name, but the other mirror match was to Botang himself. He's got a pretty good habit of playing me when I'm on the bubble. What's your least favorite format, and why is it your least favorite? Oh, my least favorite format would have to be the Pendulum FTK and the True Draco, where it was just stun. I got my invite during that time, but yeah, it was not a very fun format, because if you're wanting to play, you've either got to play the FTK or you got to play True Draco stun and pray that you go first. I lost one game to Pendulum FTK during that format because I got lucky that regionals and got to go first a lot. And then all the True Dracos, I was playing extra deck True Draco, and I was not able to. I basically could tell, okay, they don't have an extra deck, they're not playing True Draco, or they don't have an extra deck, they're playing True Draco. They can go first. They do their board, okay, I destroy their stuff, draw cards, destroy more stuff, and then take control. I got a lot of kind of sneaky wins that way. And so yeah, just that whole format was kind of a little boring to me. What are some things that you feel you need to improve on in the game? There's things I need to improve on. So I know myself, I am not the perfect player. I make misplays. I mess up on combos every once in a while. But the biggest issue I have is playing in time. As soon as I get into time, I start rushing and not thinking like I should. Not thinking, okay, just like, okay, I got 3 minutes on the clock there. I have to win this now. I go through all my plays, I do everything within 1 minute, and then I have to continue my plays and pass turn, and then they go through, they do their plays, and they crush me. Some people are better at playing in time. I am not. I don't really like winning because of the time rule, and I hate losing because of it, but that's neither here or there. At least they've cut the regional times down from like 11 p.m. we'd have to leave to like 7 or 8. So yeah, I feel like I gotta improve on speeding up my gameplay. So then hopefully I can not have to even play in time. What is your life outside of YuGiOh? Job, family, stuff like that. No. Life outside of YuGiOh. Now, I have a full-time job where I am the manager of 2 stores as well as partial owner of another. And with that, I'm pretty busy throughout the week, usually 5, 6, even sometimes 7 days a week. So I don't get a whole lot of time to playtest, and sometimes I do after work. And other than that, spending time with my family, my girlfriend, my dog, my cat. Sorry, he's just right over there. I'm staring at me, judging me for making YouTube videos. Anyways, so yeah, that's my life outside of it. I own my own home. I think I've got a decent life outside of Yu-Gi-Oh. So, but Yu-Gi-Oh's been a hobby of mine since I was 13 or 14 years old, and I'm in my 30s now. So I still love it. It's kind of slowed down because of the whole virus thing, but things are getting better. Stores are getting ready to open up. Mario's Gaming World is getting ready to do its grand reopening, which I couldn't be happier about. How do you see yourself doing in 5 years? I see myself most likely, assuming all of this is done, I can start going to more regionals, keep practicing, increasing my playtesting time, and get better at the game as well as getting better at playing in time. Do I think I'm going to be like the next YCS champion in the next 5 years? Maybe. It's possible. But I do expect to make a day 2 at a YCS, at least one, maybe 2 or 3, hopefully. And I expect to get more invites to nationals and to attend a national, if not top a national. That's my goals for the next 5 years. When it comes down to Yu-Gi-Oh, anyways. What Yu-Gi-Oh player do you admire the most, or one that inspires you? And why do they inspire you? There are a few. I admire David Bowie. He's been a long-time friend. I've known him since I was in my late teens. And he's helped me so much with the game. He's helped me improve dramatically, and there is a lot of people. There's a David Bowie, Bo Tang, Mario, just like everyone at my locals. We all love the game, and I mean, what can't you admire but just loving the game? But as a player that kind of inspires me to do better, I'd have to say it would be people like Jesse Cotton and Lazaro Bolito. They would be some of my big time inspirations. And now my friend Ryan, or Ruggles. So he came back to the game, and he's been doing fantastic. I can't get over how fast he's progressed. I mean, half of the regionals we've been going to, he's been doing better than I have. And playing heroes, and I've been playing metas, either Sky Strikers or Thunder Dragons. Do you prefer to play budget or max rarity? And about budget or max rarity, when it comes down to it, I love my high rarity stuff. I love max rarity, so I would have to be like the max rarity person. Like, I haven't really posted a YouTube video about Blue Eyes deck because I'm working on getting 2 more DDS Blue Eyes. So yeah, everything has to be like max rarity, or at least like the most valuable version of the card. Are you a casual or a more competitive player? And why do you think you are? I enjoy both. I like playing competitive at regionals and everything, but at locals, I'm fine with just going there with Cosmos or Dark Magicians, Blue Eyes, anything really. Like, I'll play pretty much anything at locals. Like, when locals reopens up, I plan on playing Hope for Exodia my first time, for the first one back. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Legacy of the Duelist. This is Roy from Team Nonstop Gaming signing off, and I thank you all for watching. And if you like the video, leave me a comment, leave like and subscribe. You have no idea how much it means to me that you guys enjoy my content. Thank you all for watching again, and I'll see you in the next episode.